paperback and e-readers this March. John Haynes, the man with nothing to lose. The man who rules the world runs into the irresistible force of a man with nothing to lose in this action-packed, all-new John Haynes series adventure. Get the regular and variant cover editions of John Haynes, the man with nothing to lose this March. Yesterday, Senator Cory Booker announced that he was ending his campaign to become the next president of the United States. And while many believe that Cory Booker is ending his campaign to become the next president of the United States due to a lack of money, I believe that he's ending his campaign due to a lack of support. And I believe the support for his foundation was undermined by people like Professor Black Truth, the B1 Brigade, and New Black Media, who revealed the truth about your Cory Booker and how he has literally taken the black vote for granted and done absolutely nothing for the black constituents of New Jersey. And because your Professor Black Truth, the B1 Brigade, and New Black Media knocked the legs out from under Cory Booker's platform, this was the reason why he was having such a hard time getting financial support. Because in order for his campaign to succeed, he needed to show that he could rally a political base. However, he could not rally a political base due to Professor Black Truth, the B1 Brigade, and New Black Media knocking the legs out from under his campaign. And that was due to, again, the revelations of truth regarding how your Cory Booker did not do anything for black constituents in New Jersey. And because this was revealed, he did not have a base of voters to build his campaign on. And because he did not have that base of voters to build a campaign on, this is why so many of these donors were skeptical about supporting Cory Booker in his campaign to become the next president of the United States, because they did not want to spend money on a guaranteed loser. What they wanted to do was put their money behind a winner. However, because your Cory Booker could not rally that support, he could not show himself as a winner, and that's what led to the fall of Cory Booker. Now, your Cory Booker, at one time, before Professor Black Truth, the B1 Brigade, and New Black Media came along, was actually considered to be a front runner to be the next president of the United States, and many believed he would follow in the footsteps of your Barack Obama. However, as a result of, again, those revelations by New Black Media, what happened was your Cory Booker found himself in the same place that Kamala Harris found herself in. And what both of those candidates found out was they could not run the same games that your Barack Obama ran back in 2008, because today's black voters are not falling for the same okie doke. And because today's black voters are not falling for the same okie dokes that Barack Obama promised with his light skin and his educated pedigree, they're not falling for the empty suits and the empty promises from candidates like your Barack Obamas, your Cory Bookers, and your Kamala Harrises, who come from the boule and are these black elites who are handpicked by white supremacy to parrot what they want to be said to the black community. And because the black community is no longer listening to candidates like your Cory Bookers, your Kamala Harrises, or your Barack Obamas anymore, what's happening is we're seeing a complete shift as related to the black vote transpiring right in front of us. And that shift has us from listening to candidates just because they are black to listening to them and asking them, what is your agenda for the black community? So instead of us having black people being dictated to by a candidate these days, what we're seeing now is black people telling that candidate if you are not behind a black agenda, then we have no interest in even considering voting for you. And if you are not about bringing tangibles to the black community, then you are not going to get any vote whatsoever. So what we're seeing now is black people now starting to understand the political process and understanding that they elect candidates who bring money back to the black community and bring tangibles back to the black community instead of them just going to Washington, getting money for themselves and their special interest friends, and then bringing nothing back to the black community. So black people are now demanding tangibles, and they are saying that if you are not going to bring tangibles, then you are not going to get any vote from anyone in this black community. So this is the new standard that is being established in the black community. Either you bring tangibles or you get no vote whatsoever, because what I'm seeing from more and more black people is they are willing to sit out the 2020 election because they don't see anything tangible being offered to them, and for them, Donald Trump is not a problem if there's no tangibles for them, because what your Cory Booker and your Kamala Harris ran on basically was saying they were just black candidates and that they were not Donald Trump. But that's not an argument that is going to give anybody an incentive to vote for them, because what black people are saying is you being black is just not good enough anymore, and you just running on the color of your skin is just not good enough anymore. And you telling me that you're not Donald Trump is not an argument that will convince me to vote for you. What I want to hear is, what tangibles are you going to offer once you are elected? What tangible, as related to resources, are coming back to our community for our vote? What tangibles in terms of policy reforms are we getting in exchange for our vote? And what tangibles are we getting as related to legislation to bring tangible resources back to the black community are we getting in exchange for our vote? That's what black people are demanding from their politicians these days. They are building a black agenda, and they are building a platform for a black agenda, asking for tangibles and demanding that tangibles are given in exchange for a vote, because that's what white communities ask for, that's what Hispanic communities ask for, that's what Asian communities ask for their politicians. They tell them what they want in terms of tangibles, and then they send those representatives to Washington and their local municipalities to bring those tangibles back in the form of programs, in the form of block grants, in the form of earmarks, and those resources are designed to enrich those communities, and that's what black people are asking for from their candidates. And they will happily send people like your Cory Bookers and your Kamala Harrises to the showers, because those people are not representing black interests. Those people are not representing a black agenda. And if they're not representing bringing black tangibles to the black community, then there's no reason to vote for them. And it's just all the reason to send them packing and not even consider them as a candidate for any political office. Because if they're not going to bring tangibles to us, we have no reason to vote for them. If you'd like to see me make more videos like this, you can donate to my Patreon, my PayPal, and my Cash App by clicking the links in the description box. And if you want to try some of my positive SJS Direct publications, you may do so by clicking the link to Amazon.com. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.